Hi, I'm Norman A. Hood, financial advisor and host of the Exit Plan Show. I interview America's top advisors like today's guest, Chris Mercer of Mercer Capital, to help business owners enjoy more personal freedom, grow their companies faster, and transition ownership seamlessly when the time comes. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Thank you, Norm. Glad to be here.
Nice to meet you. We met, I think we've talked a couple times on the phone,
Right.
and emailed back and forth. We're going to start out and just have you tell our audience a little bit about your background and your career path.
Norm, I started in financial services many years ago, working at First Tennessee Bank after spending a little time with the U.S. military. From there, I progressed to an investment banking firm where I was a bank stock analyst and took responsibility for valuing businesses at Morgan Keegan locally. So that's how I got into business valuation. In 1982, I started Mercer Capital. We started, as I say, with an Osborne 1 computer, a Smith Corona TP1 printer, and a telephone. And so no calculators back then. So
Wow.
I have HP 12C, and that was about it. So we started trying to grow a valuation business. I've been in business since then, so 33 years. We've grown to about a 40-person firm. We've gone through our own ownership and management transition, if you will. I don't run the company any longer, thankfully. I think the others are glad about that too. But
You taught them, though.
but in any event, we're a business valuation firm. We do business nationally. We do business valuation for, let's call it M&A, corporate M&A, and financial reporting. We do for dispute matters where there might be a buy-sell agreement dispute or litigation matter, and then for planning matters for gift and estate tax purposes or for ownership, management transition, things of this nature. And then most recently, we talk about unlocking private company wealth in private businesses.
Okay. Well, you and I just met. So how do you think the people that know you the best would describe you personally?
I hope that they would describe me as a nice guy. But I talked to several people and asked them, and they said thoughtful, a thought leader in our industry, gracious, mild-mannered, and I think nice.
Okay. As far as Mercer Capital goes, can you describe the different, you did a little bit of that earlier, but could you describe the various services they offer?
Sure. We're business valuation for many different reasons, gift and estate tax purposes, financial reporting for public and private companies, litigation when people fight over money, if you will, employee stock ownership plans, buy-sell agreements, other corporate transactions, and we also provide fairness opinions and solvency opinions and other opinions related to transactions.
Okay. Is there anything you think that differentiates you from some of the other valuation firms?
Norm, I thought about that a good bit because most people will say, we provide high-quality valuation services, and that's a word that's just overused. I think that a word that would differentiate us from other people in our business would be preparation.
Okay.
This has been a hallmark of mine since the beginning of the firm, where when we go to a meeting, we're prepared.
Okay.
And that preparation is evident. When we go to a management interview, we're prepared. We understand the company, a great deal about the company. So I think preparation. One more thing, I think, is that we have taken valuation and we try to make it something other than an it. Because if a valuation isn't it, it's a commodity. And no one appreciates a commodity. So what we try to do is take the valuation and take the information in the valuation and talk to business owners about what they can do to manage the wealth that they're creating, what they can do to create liquidity while they're along the way, Not everyone wants to sell their company today.
Right.
Not every exit planning assignment is going to end up with a sale.
Right.
So it may well be that we'll talk in terms of a leveraged dividend recapitalization or a leveraged stock repurchase or something of this nature.
Okay.
But I think that differentiates us from a lot of other folks.
Okay. Is there any one thing you'd like to, I mean, I know you don't run the company now, so you know, that may mean you get to do more of the things you really like to do. Is there any one thing you'd like to do more than anything else?
Norm, the thing that I like to do most of all, two things. One, I like to write and speak. I've started out writing and speaking, and that's how we built the business. Now others at Mercer Capital write and speak maybe differently than I do, but that's great. I mean, everyone has their own style. The other thing that I really enjoy is working with business owners who are trying to figure out how to create, let's call it a business end game. And to help them with the one or two maybe decisions that are relevant to me with respect to their business, help them make those decisions and get them implemented so that they create liquidity along the way, so that they get the stock where they want it to be. But it doesn't happen automatically. You have to take consistent action over time to have a good business end game.
Okay. And then last question. Business owners watch our show for one of three reasons. They either are looking for a way to enjoy a little more personal freedom, take some time off, or they may want to grow their company faster. They may want to transition ownership either through a sale or to an insider. And sometimes they're having a hard time redefining their purpose after they leave their company. Their identity's tied up in their company. Now all of a sudden they're not sure what to do next. If you could give them one tip in any one of those four areas based on your experience, what do you think it would be?
I think that when you think about a business end game, my tip would be to think beyond the business end game.
Okay.
Because too many business owners think binary. Either I own the business or I don't. And then one day something happens and they sell it. Well, they sell the business and they've given no thought to what next. Today, when an owner retires at 65 or 70, he may have 15 or 20 or more years to live.
Right.
Well, that's a long time to live without a game plan.
That's true.
So create a game plan for after the business end game would be that one tip.
Okay, great. Good tip. Good information. That was Chris Mercer. He's with Mercer Capital. For more information about Chris and his company, please check out the show notes for this episode on our website.